So let's keep going. So you have also this word, which used to, and when I started ciphering everything, I was always like, yo, man, what's up with this word? Right? Because like if I crack this word just strict Kabbalistically, this just basically means a gold particle, okay? Like an ion, a piece of gold, a unit of gold, Orion, okay? And the reason why I wanted to know about it is because on a couple rare occasions where seeing had to be believing, meaning that I used to not believe certain things. Like I used to believe that everybody was good, that had spiritual knowledge. I found out that they are good and bad. Let's just put it like that. But there will always be something to learn, and you should always keep yourself girded, especially when you're going into different situations that you know there's some buffoonery going on. So I would end up in some of those situations sometimes as the fly on the wall, not believing in anything, almost cloaked where they couldn't even see me, but somehow being there to witness the whole thing about how dark occult magic works. Okay, and how they prey on other people's innocence. But a part of that I couldn't understand, rather than starting to elaborate on the details to that, which will all be disclosed this year, was just the reoccurring scenario of the people mentioning Orion. So in one case, the lady's looking up at the sky and she says, "Doesn't it look so amazing?" And after all of the crazy stuff that I've just witnessed, the darkness, I'm like, what? And she's like, Orion. And I'm like, there it goes again. As I'm taking my personal logs about why so many people that seem to be affiliated with really dark magic keep evoking Orion. So I sat on it for a while. And here's the truth about it. This constellation or position is akin to this shape. There is indeed a Merkabic force out there. Like there is a force out there. Some say that it's High Father, like the Great Father Lion figures, like the ones that, they're the lion species and the gold face gods, right? But some say also that there's an agreeable form and a disagreeable form amongst their faction, to keep themselves balanced, that they literally know about all the Merkaba stuff, and they literally have themselves in a design where they're balanced by the positives and the negative ones. And that people on this planet, just like the Tetragrammaton and pyramids and all that gold and all that stuff connects together, have made choices in the past and even now to either become a part of that higher part of that system, let's say the light part, the flow that's going like this, right? Or some have chose to do this. Many have chose to do this because it's easier, okay? So in all of that, what happened is that many of them always evoke or understand this as their call word, Orion, because they are calling on that opposite angle. They're calling on the darkness. But believe it, there is higher light. There is a High Father or a lion face father-like being that is Phi, that is a seeder of cosmoses. So the personalities don't match up a lot to kind of how men are. That's why we're kind of more in that image. Like it's constantly moving and seeding versus staying back and seeing how the whole process is going to go. But then it always has to come back because all of it's all messing up, and it comes back in and tries to repair things because it has still a desire and a frustration from just sitting in one place. It has to always keep moving, and thus in its movement it keeps creating. And that's the story of High Father and the sons and the daughters, which are us. So in this process, the reason why I mention this is because when I finally cracked this, which was like late at night, it came out as this. Our only other word that bears a resemblance to this, because On is the god of Heliopolis, which is the sun god, and this or means gold, it means that these words are exactly the same, but in the code. So then a few more hours went by as it was burning holes in my brain until I realized when you cut an onion in half, that's what you get. And that is exactly the torsion field, is exactly the worlds within worlds, the dreams within dreams, all of the reality of how things are projected. And that is the pinning point right there in that star system for levels of consciousness here on the dimension, right? So that's just a little bit of what is revealed as you start marrying these arts. So now we have metaphysics, science, geometry, vegetable, agriculture or whatever, permaculture. I love that word. Why you want to aggravate something? So this is where we are. So it unfolds from here.